Hello everybody, it's Gordon here again, engineer for Finnmark Designs, and in today's video I'm going to try to answer one of the burning questions most people have when they're shopping for an infrared sauna, and that is, what is the difference between a carbon heater and what is the difference between a ceramic, or what's higher above that, which is what we have, is an alloy heater or our Spectrum Plus. Now, if you don't want to go through this whole video, I just want you guys to be aware we engineered this sauna to have both working simultaneously at the same time. I'm not sure why other brands don't do this, because both of them have pros and cons, and adding them together, you get a much better infrared sauna. More sweat, deeper sweat, better muscle therapy, the list goes on and on and on. Okay, folks? So if you want to just end this right now, Finnmark Designs has both. Okay, so, but let's go into the differences if you want to move forward. So, I'm going to go into the pros and cons of each. I'm going to start with carbon. So carbon heaters are much larger heaters, as you can see, much larger footprint of a heater. So a pro for the carbon heaters is it covers more of your body surface. So it's going to cover more skin area or more area of your body, where which your alloy heaters are not going to do. So that's a pro. Okay. And I'll get into the cons in a second. And it's usually lower EMFs because they're not producing the same kind of power as an alloy. Much lower temperatures, much less power, so it's going to be lower electric fields, electric and magnetic fields. Okay, so let's talk about the cons of carbon heaters. Number one, they don't get hot enough. I don't care what carbon heater you buy or what company you buy from or what pitch they come up with, whatever it is that they put on the carbon heaters, they're not going to get hot enough. The top temperature of most carbon heaters is going to be 140 to 145, and that's it. And if you're looking for a sauna that can get hotter than that, which a lot of the evidence out there on the benefits of saunas are higher than that, a full carbon heater or full carbon sauna is not going to work for you. Okay. Next thing, a lot of your carbon heaters, and I'm talking some of the carbon heaters from all the way from the cheap heater saunas all the way up to the top end saunas have fiberglass in them. Do you really want a heater in your sauna that has fiberglass? Now, quick note, the carbon heaters that Finnmark Designs has no fiberglass. Okay, so that's another con. Another con is reliability concerns with carbon heaters. Carbon heaters fail at a much higher rate than your alloy heaters, and I'll get into the alloy heaters next. So let's talk about the Spectrum Plus, which is our alloy heater. Now, what are the cons of having an alloy heater? Well, it's a smaller surface area, so it doesn't cover as much as the carbon heater does, right? And because of the higher temperatures and the more electricity that's going through that heater, it is going to have a slightly higher electric and magnetic field. Why? Well, this heater can get all the way up to 370 degrees. This heater gets up to 140 degrees. More heat, more power, right? So you're going to have elevated, but it's still, as you could see in other videos, it's still significantly lower than most of the ceramic heaters, and it's well within any threshold anybody has ever said for having a alloy heater as far as electric and magnetic fields. Now, let's talk about the pros of an alloy or a Spectrum Plus heater. Okay, deeper penetration into your body. This heater will penetrate about 1.5 to 2 inches deeper than any carbon heater that's out on the market. Okay, let that sink in. 1 inch to 2 inches actually is what they say. Deeper into your body. That's getting rid of more fat, that's getting in more of the fat cells. That's getting into your muscles, your bones. That's also why we put it on the back wall. 80+ % I would assume people in the world have back problems. Hence why we put those in the back. Next thing, gets hotter faster. Okay. This, like I just said, this heater can get up to 370 degrees, so it's going to get hotter and it's going to get faster than any carbon heater on the market. Okay. The next thing, which I, as an engineer, am probably one of the more important factors of having the Spectrum Plus is it's UL listed. UL is Underwriters Laboratory. It's safety. It's basically a safety certificate that a big corporation has put on this that says this is safe for you to use. The reason why even Finnmark Designs carbon heaters don't even have that, and nobody else in the industry, is because UL standards are based on traditional saunas. Traditional saunas have water. You can't pour water on a carbon heater. It's not gonna pass. It's not gonna pass. Okay, so it's UL listed for safety. Okay, and as far as reliability is concerned, that heater will last you about 30,000 hours of use. 30,000. Whereas a typical carbon heater, you may get 1,000, you may get 2,000, you may get a, depending on the brand that you purchased that has the carbon heaters, but it's significantly lower. Finnmark Designs has about a 12,000 hour rating on the carbon heaters. Okay, so those are the pros and the cons. Let's talk about what it does for you in your body. So this is going to penetrate deeper into your fat and muscles. This is going to give you more of a fuller surround detox. So having both sitting in the same sauna working simultaneously like you have in a Finnmark Designs sauna, you're going to maximize the benefit of using or having an infrared sauna. So I'm not sure why you would choose any other brand that has one or the other when you can decide, or when you can purchase this one that has both. So I hope that helps answer some of your questions. The next video I'm going to do is some of the competing carbon heaters that are out there. So stay tuned for that. If you guys have any questions, feel free to give us a call, shoot us an email, and as always, have a wonderful and healthy day. Goodbye.